season is very interesting. Experiencing life at this stage it's been challenging and rewarding. Women's empowerment, because I am a sucker for girl power. I think that we really do run the world. Like Beyonce said it, and it's like she couldn't have gotten it more right. If you just stay in the position of a student, that will take you further than your mind could even imagine. Welcome everybody to our podcast. I swear I'm an introvert. I'm your host, Lindsey T. Evans, your Savvy SheEO. This podcast is being recorded in our recording studio at Liberty Point Consulting and Liberty Point Realty in Orland Park, Illinois. This podcast is being filmed and produced by Bryan Evans, owner of Flawless Focus Digital Media. This episode is being sponsored by Precious Memories Preserved, where we convert VHS taped memories that the whole family can enjoy today. Today is a unique episode. We are kicking off the season talking to yours truly, your Savvy SheEO, and my favorite person in the whole wide world, my producer, my husband, my best friend, Bryan Evans, is going to interview me so that, he's just going to interview me. Hello? That's
Hello.
What it is. Hey, B.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Well, how are you doing, more importantly?
Oh, okay. I'm pretty good. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me on your podcast. I appreciate it. It's so nice that I'm the first person to interview you.
And the first man.
And the first man. How about that?
This is a podcast for women.
Right.
Turn to your sister.
Yeah, it's a little insider joke. Maybe you guys will get the story another time or something. But yeah, that's hilarious. So yeah, we could go right into it. For the people that's meeting you for the first time, who is Lindsey Evans?
Lindsey Evans is a serial entrepreneur. I have my family used to joke and call me a Jamaican. I've never held one job. I have worked since I was 14, doing all kinds of things, from hair to bookkeeping to, you'd be surprised at some of the jobs I've held. But as of today, I own Liberty Point Consulting, which is a fractional CFO company. We do bookkeeping and business coaching for small business owners that are ready to scale, to become profitable, and ready to take their business to the next level. I'm a certified Profit First professional, and so I make sure that business owners know their numbers and are able to become more profitable, for the businesses to serve them and not them serve their businesses. I own Liberty Point Realty. Liberty Point Realty. We're licensed in Illinois and Indiana. I Swear I'm an Introvert is my podcast. I'm so excited about this baby. The Heels to Sneakers Company is another passion of mine. It's an online community for women where we can stop and get encouragement, share stories, to exchange experiences, to uplift each other and encourage each other, so that we realize and recognize that we are not on this journey alone, and that we do have somebody that understands us, that gets us, that hears us, that sees us, so that we can make it to the next chapter with little to no bruises. There are a few other things that I do. I sit on a couple of boards. I am very active in a few chambers of commerce, and I'm pretty excited about this new chapter and journey.
Yeah, that's cool. That is a mouthful for sure.
It is a mouthful.
It's a lot to remember. I'm sure you forgot some stuff too.
Pretty sure.
Great wife, mother, all of those things too.
I am. I'm a great wife and a mother.
And a great mother. Yeah, for sure.
A great mother. Yeah.
So for the people that don't know you and have heard all of these things that you do, I Swear I'm an Introvert is so intriguing, and they may be calling you a storyteller, because they say you can't be an introvert if you do all of these things. What do you have to say to that, and how did you even get to that title?
You are the haters that made me come up with this title. I am an introvert, and people that meet me do not believe that. And the reason why I came up with this title is because I feel like I'm always screaming from the inside, I swear I'm an introvert. Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, you're not, girl. You don't know. But I am. So I started this podcast because there are a lot of times where people see us in a different light or see us in a different way, and they try to only keep us in that box. I wanted to shed light on the fact that we are actually who we say we are, and there are layers to us, and basically to just give you a little insight on why I am an introvert. Mm-hmm. You probably still never believe it, but the point is, I swear I'm an introvert. Okay?
That's funny. One of my friends said it's a term called ambivert, ambi something. So it's basically like a mix of an introvert and an extrovert. So it's like when they need to be, in the mix and everything like that, then they can, and they don't feel like, trapped. Like, I just need to stay home all the time. So,
we show up when we need to.
Yeah, there you go.
That's who we are.
Yeah, so you've got so many roles as entrepreneur, advocate, leader. How would you describe the season of life that you're in right now?
This season is very interesting. Recently, I just went through just a lot of changes and transitions, and kind of experiencing life at this stage it's been challenging and rewarding. So I was recently diagnosed with ADHD. And when I first heard that, I thought that ADHD only meant that you just get distracted easily, and maybe it was hard for you to focus. But now, after experiencing it, learning more about it, and just becoming more aware and more educated on what it is, there's so many more layers to it.
Sure.
And I've had a difficult time kind of transitioning into living a life through the lens of someone that has ADHD, and then, kind of how do I navigate now life with this, extra layer of, I don't even know what to call it. It is my superpower now. Mm-hmm. But this extra, layer that I have to kind of show up for life through. So this season it's about awareness. It's about gratitude. It's about slowing down, smelling the roses, feeling the air and breathing. I mean, the fact that I would say it was 4 years ago, I was hospitalized against my will. I was really battling major depressive disorder and general anxiety disorder. After I overcame that hospital stay, I decided to, really take control of my life. And so there's a tattoo that I got, and it says breathe. And recently I had to stop wearing my watch. I would wear an Apple Watch all the time, but it would cover up the tattoo. And I literally put it here to remind myself to actually breathe.
Yeah.
And so because the watch would cover it up, I just wouldn't see that. And I literally wouldn't have that reminder. And so recently, in becoming more aware, I took the watch off so that I will remember to breathe.
To breathe, yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. And you've also been doing a phenomenal job as you've gained this new superpower. Can't be easy, but you've been crushing it though.
Thank you.
Want to let you know.
He's a great husband.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. What made you decide to start this podcast?
A few years ago, I actually started it, and
Secrets out, people.
Which is the secrets out. And really, it was because I felt like we didn't have, as Black women, enough representation in media and in the world. I just felt like the only, Black women that we would see, or most of the Black women we would see, they would be, like in the entertainment industry, and they didn't necessarily wear a lot of clothes, and didn't, necessarily lead with class or poise. And I just wanted to shed a light on Black female entrepreneurs to really show our little brown girls that they look just like us, and we actually have experienced a lot of the same things, or even for other female business owners to see that, we do share some of the same experiences and journeys, and it's okay. There's community here. Mm-hmm. So I really wanted to just shed light on the positive side of a Black woman. Not that, stereotype of the angry Black woman, like it's just, it's so much out here. to kind of deter us from living our life out loud. So I really did that so that we could have a space where there was some positivity and people being authentic enough to come and tell their real story and to tell how they did have obstacles and they were able to overcome them, and kind of give some tips and tools to like how they were able to do it so that when you're faced with them, you'll be able to overcome them as well.
Yeah. And there's so many pillars of just like being a woman, something I don't know about specifically.
Yeah,
but
that's true. Yeah.
with you blending women's empowerment, entrepreneurship, and mental health awareness, why these three specific pillars?
Women's empowerment, because I am a sucker for girl power. I think that we really do run the world. Like Beyonce said it, and it's like she couldn't have gotten it more right.
Right.
Entrepreneurship, because day to day in running Liberty Point Consulting, I help entrepreneurs all day long. And we talk about profit. We talk about the struggles of being an entrepreneur, how lonely it is to be a business owner and at the top and all of these things.
Sure.
I'm just very passionate about, what we experience. And being an entrepreneur, there's some things that there's a language that only we know about, that only we can speak. And so just to be able to have that community just made me more passionate about that. And then, of course, mental health awareness, because there are a lot of people that they're not really comfortable speaking about their mental health journey. And what I found is that when you can kind of latch on to someone who understands and can put into words what you're experiencing, what you're going through, it really helps you to overcome the stage that you're in your mental health journey.
Sure.
Especially in the Black community, like it's kind of taboo. Like we don't talk about it. It's like, don't talk about it. Especially we don't want to go to therapy. Lord knows we don't want to go to therapy. And I found that I've been able to help a lot of people get through their diagnosis and the different things that they're experiencing, because I make it okay. It's okay. And you will overcome it. These are the steps. This is the journey. It's not going to be easy. It'll be worth it. And I'm grateful for the people that were there for me when I was going through those difficult times in my journey. So those are my three passions: women's empowerment, entrepreneurship, and mental health awareness.
Yeah, no, that's good. And then, so you were talking about the little brown girls watching and listening. What do you hope they see and feel from this show?
I hope they see that it is not a fairy tale, that being successful is not an overnight thing, that we have to work hard. But working hard doesn't have to burn you out. You really can see yourself in us. And just to encourage them, because they are our next leaders. And so we want them to know that you can do it too. If we were able to do it, you absolutely can do it, because the tools and things evolve as people get older and wiser and we discover more things. And so just really want them to be able to see themselves in us, and it not have to be the facade that a lot of times, is put out, in the media, that you have to have this perfect body. You have to have this, this perfect this perfect that, to show that it is an imperfect journey, but it is perfect at the same time. So that's what I want them to.
Yeah, that's awesome. So speaking of childhood, what was yours like? Can you take us back to your childhood, and how did it shape you, who you are today?
That's hilarious. My childhood, I love my family.
There's five
That's
sides.
what I can say. You said what?
5 sides to the family.
I do. I come from a very super blended family. But my parents alone are entrepreneurs now. They first started as employees. And it's interesting how, life just kind of, unfolds. Their paths, their journeys ended up bringing them to the entrepreneurship, world. And my mom was the first entrepreneur in our house, and just watching her, run businesses. First, she was an executive at a bank, and then she went over to the entrepreneurship life, and it was just what I knew. I didn't know anything different than to, work hard. Women work hard. It wasn't where there were women had roles and men had roles. That's not how our house grew, how our house was. And my family is very supportive in all the many, many, many different things that I do. But I came from a very loving family, a very large family. I used to hate having a large family. I'm like, so many people, being an introvert, we don't want to be around a lot of people all the time. Now, as an adult, I'm like, I value my family so much. I love having a large family. Like, it's your own community, it's your own tribe. And at the end of the day, you know that you have your family. So we were well off, we weren't like super wealthy, but we were, middle class. Grew up, I went to private school, and then the shocker was when I went to high school, I went to a public high school. So it was like, it was a little different, but I went ahead and I adapted. It was good.
Go T-Birds.
Go T-Birds. I went to DePaul for college. So it's just, I grew up around a lot of love, a lot of support, a lot of, now as our generation is being more aware of mental illness or mental awareness, is different things that I look at like, we probably did have a couple things in the family that, could have been addressed with some therapy, some medication. We just thought they were normal. So, we have family members that dealt with alcoholism and schizophrenia and different things like that, but it was home.
Yeah, for sure.
It was family.
For sure. I would also like to add that a lot of Black people in particular were not going to therapy and things like that because of the way that hospitals treated Black people,
And still today.
So
it's horrible.
Yeah, I would like to offer grace to our generations past because that they did the best with what they had, with the information that they had at that time. You know what I'm saying? But it's like going forward, we know that we can do better and everything like that. So you talked about your mom being the first entrepreneur in the house and also a role model. Did you have any other role models, and how did they influence your vision of success?
When I think about my role models, I had teachers that were role models.
Okay, nice.
There was one teacher, this may sound so random, but I remember to this day, the way that she would eat her French fries during her lunchtime when we were supposed to have our heads down or whatever. I just thought that was just so, I observed the most random things. And I remember to this day how she would eat her French fries. But the people that made the most, the largest impact on me and, growing up, it was my teachers. I had some people, I was very active in church. So there were some people in church that I looked up to. But if we were to talk about, like famous people or, influential people, I'm trying to think of who that is. What I will say is that one of my favorite movies is Hidden Figures. And when I watch movies like that, I feel so empowered. I feel like we can do literally anything. And so, my role models are sometimes characters in a movie, which it was based off of a true story.
Right.
But
it's so important to see that though, because even Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, on Living Single, she had an interview when she was talking about how many Black women came up to her over the years and said, I went to be a lawyer because of you, because of what I saw on the TV show. So TV and media and stuff is not just something to just, laugh at or just throw away, because it can influence you for sure.
It's powerful.
Yeah, A Different World. Caused a lot of people to go to college.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's true.
And so Claire Huxtable was like the mother of all mothers.
Oh, for sure.
She has such a way.
Oh yeah.
To get you together without raising her voice, without lifting a finger and a hair being, out of place.
Yeah.
I still strive to be that way.
She was just on The Shy as a mother, and she cussed this man clean out without using a curse word. Okay? Cussed him clean out.
Those are my role models.
Yeah.
People like that. Yes, absolutely.
So going to the T-Birds and everything like that, going to DePaul, at what point did you know that you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
I didn't really know that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Even when I started my official businesses that, where you register with the Secretary of State, I did not, it just was in me. I've always when I was in high school, I started learning how to braid my hair. Mm-hmm. And then it got to the point where people were like, you braid hair? Can you braid my hair? So then I started braiding hair. Then you look up and I'm crocheting hair in 2 shops while working a full-time job. Mm-hmm. It was just me, in my path.
And I was just going to say really quickly too, I feel like with Black people, especially, we tend to look, or it's like a classism type of thing. Like, this person, all they do is do hair, or all they do is cut hair. That's very important. And if you are good at these things, you can build a big business behind it. Huge business.
And
lawyers need their hair cut. Mm-hmm. They need their hair done. So all of these things, your business doesn't have to be very difficult or very hard to understand.
Complex.
No, it doesn't have to be complex. No.
But it is, because being a hairstylist is not just doing hair and being a cosmetology. Right. You are a therapist. Yeah. You are a pastor. Yeah. You are a priest. Yeah. Because there are things that are said to you in those chairs and that confidence. They're in confidence. They don't need to leave that. So, sometimes those customer service, people facing positions are they don't get paid enough. Yeah, for what to deal with the different personalities and attitudes and things. We don't give them enough credit.
No,
no. So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I do agree. So I think we can make a transition to a little bit of the bigger picture. So you were saying that all women go through kind of similar challenges, but we often don't talk about them. What are some of the conversations that you're ready to open up here?
One big one I learned a few years ago, imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
When it was first introduced to me, I was like, what is that? I never heard of that. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, oh, yeah, that's me.
Break it down for the people that don't know.
For the people. So imposter syndrome is not feeling like you are enough, that you don't feel like you have what it takes. You don't feel worthy enough to sit in this room or sit at this table or to be in this conversation. And truthfully, you have everything that you absolutely need to do those things. Mm-hmm. But because you don't feel it and you don't believe it, you feel like you are this person that's posing as someone else. Mm-hmm. And a lot of women go through I found that a lot of men go through it too.
Oh, for sure.
But a lot of women experience that. And especially with, this was a man's world, right? Mm-hmm. And so now that women are coming... My husband just told me to look at the camera. I'm like, I really want to look at you. Now that women are kind of coming into being, where the men used to just reside, sometimes you feel like, am I okay to do this? Should I be doing this? Am I the right person for this? We absolutely are. So that's one of the things that I want to kind of open up, discussion to help women transition through that imposter syndrome, because it comes up in various different ways: being a mom, being a wife, being in different organizations and activities, and showing up, and then obviously in your professional life and at work. Though that's one of the main things that I think is helpful when we can shed light on it and figure out a way to get through it together.
Yeah. So I feel like the next time you have imposter syndrome, this is for yourself and for me as well, because sometimes I deal with it too. But just remember that it's somebody that's doing the exact thing that you're doing with less information and getting paid more for it. The only thing that they have that you don't have is the audacity. They're like,
audacity.
I'm going out here and doing it. It's like, if you look at that person, you're like, yeah, but you don't even know about it. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna just do it though. I'm gonna just go ahead and do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been in those situations a lot of times.
Right. Right. That's so funny. So representation is a huge part of what you're doing. What does positive representation in the Black community mean to you or look like to you?
One is authenticity. Mm-hmm. A lot of times we try to paint a picture that this is what perfection looks like, or this is what success looks like. When we actually are able to tell the whole story, it frees us to get to the finish line faster, instead of trying to live in this perfection, world that is really limiting, because we're not telling the full story and what to expect and what you'll go through and what you'll encounter and how to overcome these things. So positivity is so broad, but to show that we can do these things that help give life, help invest more, help to empower, help to uplift. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about positivity. If it's doing something to make something better, to improve something, that is the representation that I want to speak to and help shed a light on.
Mm-hmm. I think transparency helps too, like you were saying. Mm-hmm. And when I talk to rich people, I love to know about their broke time.
Absolutely.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
We could talk about we can talk
that
about
stuff
it.
Is cute.
But let's talk about the time where you was like, yeah, I didn't know how I was going to do this or do that, because I think that's very important, because sometimes we see people at, not that they're at the finish line, but they got this figured out for sure.
They've gotten to your goal.
Right. They've gotten to your goal.
They've gotten to your goal. Right. And that's that's truly what I like to shed light on for our podcast is, I see that you've gotten there. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about how you got there.
How you got there. Yeah, that's
important.
important.
And then as we're going through the how that we got there, you're like, oh, we really are the same. Mm-hmm. I'm going through that now. Mm-hmm. And to see that, hey, I can get to my goal because you did it. Mm-hmm. You already paved the way. So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I saw this quote that said, you think that making $100,000 a year is impossible until you get around somebody or a group of people that make $20,000 in a month, and it's like, oh, wow.
You said, wow, that did look, it was big. Now it's not so big.
And exposure along with that. Exposure really, really helps, because then you see that it's possible.
And that's what I'm excited about, with our podcast, to be able to expose us to people who've done it and people that have a different outlook on it. All of our journeys are not the same.
No.
But I can take something from your journey and your journey and your journey, and it'll help encourage me to get through mine.
Yeah, for sure. So we've talked about like the positive things that you would want to see, for Black space and everything like that. But are there any myths or stereotypes about Black women in business that you want to break through this show?
Yeah, one, like, we're just angry.
Yeah.
That is, we're not just angry. Sometimes, most times, we can't show up on the exact same level as someone who does not look like us. We have to work 2 and 3 times as hard to prove to you that we actually do have the qualifications or, what it takes to be able to get you to the same result, if not better. And so sometimes when we show up bigger because there's this unspoken expectation that if it's a Black woman coming, that we're not going to have the same access or the same outcome as a Caucasian man. And so that's one of the myths I want to break. We're not angry. And we're not, there are some people that do give us a bad light. They do show up in a way that is not positive.
Yeah, but really that's any culture.
Any culture.
Any culture.
But I can only speak to ours.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you can't just say, well, all Black women do this and all Black people do this, because that's not realistic. But just in case you've encountered someone who did not put us in the best light, this is to, really shed light on, we're not all like that. And you may encounter someone who is an amazing business owner that, really will have your best interest at heart and be able to earn your business and deserve your business, because we're passionate about what we do. We're knowledgeable about what we do. And, our goal is to help you reach your goal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that's good. That's really good. And if you really want to educate yourself on why you may why you may see black women as like angry, whatever like that. We have to look at cause and effect. So this is the effect of why they may be like that, but what's the cause, you know? So yeah, so looking to the future and giving listeners a preview of what's to come, what kind of guests can we expect in future episodes? Maybe in like what industries?
Yeah, so the ones that will be gracing us with their presence for this season, one owns a daycare. One is a mobile chiropractor, a doctor. One started this beauty empire. One of the things, and I can't wait to talk to her because when I first met her, I'm like, you have vending machines for hair products? Where have you been all my life? The women that you'll meet this season are very innovative. They're very creative. They're very intelligent. They're very powerful, and each and every one of them have a story. And so it wasn't where everybody just kind of woke up with a silver spoon in their mouth and they just became this. We'll be able to go through the journey of them becoming, who they are today, and just to see some of the successes that they're experiencing or have experienced now. So I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with our guests this season.
Nice.
Real business owners, okay?
Real business owners. And after they subscribe and like and share, after they do all of those things, like we want you to do right now while you're watching.
Like, subscribe, and share.
How do you want these same listeners to feel after each episode?
I want you to feel seen. I want you to feel heard, and I want you to feel empowered. I want you to get that extra boost that you didn't even know that you needed to help you get over this hump and into the next chapter. I want you to be able to get some tips that help you just see things a little differently, give you a different perspective, to be able to tweak your dreams and your journeys and your goals to probably make it even more impactful and more amazing. So if you could leave these episodes feeling encouraged and empowered and uplifted, and have fresh insight and fresh ideas, then we have done our job.
Yeah. And how would you feel if someone came up to you and said, "Oh my God, I love the episodes. You inspired me to start my own business." What's a piece of advice that you would give a beginner entrepreneur stepping into whatever space that they're stepping into?
Absolutely have a mentor. Find someone and all mentors are not created equal, so you got to kind of shop around for them. But find someone that is not a gatekeeper, that they're willing to actually share with you, so that you don't repeat the same mistakes that they've already learned. I think that's one of the most valuable things that I could have taken away as being a baby entrepreneur, is to learn from the people who've already learned those lessons. It's like a cheat sheet that it's right at your fingertips. Always be in a position to learn, no matter how successful you are, no matter how far you've gone. If you just stay in the position of a student, that will take you further than your mind could even imagine.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's great advice. That's great advice for sure. So kind of coming to a close.
Oh.
I know. But how do listeners connect with you and be a part of the I Swear I'm an Introvert community?
We have our website, heels2sneakers.net. Heels like the heel of a shoe, HEELS, the number 2, sneakers with an S.net. The reason why we came up with that company and that name is because women are often dressed in a skirt or a suit, and they're wearing heels when they go into the boardroom and to meet with clients and to have that interaction to present whatever the offering is. But then when we leave those rooms and it's time for us to actually get to work for our clients and to do the things, we lace up our sneakers and we have to do, because some things you just can't do in a heel, okay? we try, but we could hurt ourselves. So heels to sneakers that's what women are, in my opinion. That is the epitome of what we are, what we do. We will do what's necessary to get done what needs to be done. So if you visit our website, heelstosneakers.com, we have, look at my mug. We have mugs and journals and different T-shirts and things that you can purchase. But we have a blog that you can subscribe to. Our podcast is listed there as well. We're on all social media platforms. Heels to sneakers. That's our tag.
Nice. And before we wrap up, this is the last question. What's one thing you'd say to a woman listening who's doubting herself right now?
Why not? Why not you? You're the person that's here now. This is your story. This is your time. This is your place. So why not you? I would say to challenge the thoughts of why me with why not me. Even if you have to do it scared, just do it. The imposter syndrome will try to make you stand back and sit back because you don't feel like you're worthy or deserving. But if you just get up and do it anyway, then it's already done. And if everybody else believes these things about you, that you are intelligent, that you have all these skills, that you are this person, then just give them who they say you are. As long as it's in the light that you want to present yourself in, why not you?
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Well, this has been a phenomenal introductory episode of I Swear I'm an Introvert. I'm more than honored to be able to feed you the questions and everything like that. Do you have anything before we close out?
This is a journey. Life is a journey. Entrepreneurship is a journey. Being an empowered woman is a journey. Mental health is a journey. And so as long as you do your journey your way, it's perfectly fine. Our journeys won't look the same. We won't go through the same things at the same time. But how you do it is exactly how it should be. Don't worry about your sister to your right or your sister to your left. Be confident in you're going to do it at your pace. The things that you need, you will have. The things that you should know, you will learn. And just trust yourself that you'll be able to get through it. And if you are a believer in God, I promise that'll be an amazing help to get you over the hump. But just know that no two journeys look the same. And no matter where you are in your journey, you will get to your goal. Keep going.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And we will see you on the next episode.
See you on the next episode.